Good day, everybody. A bit noisy here at Phoenix. We're lined up here in Cetan 737, flying back toward Denver Hub. Hello, Scott. How are you? I think we got a few other people joining us today as well. I think Brian's joining us, and not sure who else. But we're going to be doing this flight. We've got a little bit of ATC online. I've got inside where it's a little bit quieter and start getting set up. Alright, so we're on board the aircraft. So let's make sure everything is set. So parking brakes are on. Come up top. Battery switch is on and guarded. Standby power is auto and guarded. And emergency lights are armed and guarded. We're going to turn the dome light on as well. Get that up and going. Ground power is currently connected. Lights are on steady. And we'll start the IRS's aligning. There's 1 and 2, both to nav. Passenger signs are on. Electric hydraulic pumps are coming on. Let's get the view up there where it should be. Yaw damper is on. Window heats are now on. Aft left fuel pump is on. Turn on the APU. And we'll wait for it to cycle. There she is. APU is now on. As that is coming up online, we're quickly going to jump in here. We'll do our fuel and payload. So fuel for today's flight. Hey Kevin, welcome back. Fuels for today's flight is going to be 13,644 pounds. Go. I'll enter that in there. So I'm going to come down here now and get these lower lights up. And we'll do the one for the overhead as well. Get that nice and bright so we can see what we're doing. Alright, so fuel is now set. We'll come back and do our payload. Pud Puffs, how you doing? Well, depends where you are. We're flying up to Denver where it's rainy. The Route 66 tour ended a while ago that I was doing. I mean, do it on your own. That's all great. Depending, again, where you're flying, rain, cold, not very good in places. Alright, so down we go for our passengers today. We have 141 passengers. I'm not sure how we do that with an aircraft that only carries 128. That's fine. Full load. We'll use that for our load today. Our takeoff weight is going to be 127,000 pounds. So we are a little bit heavier than we should be. So let's drop this down here, and then we'll alter from there. So we want a takeoff weight basically of 127,862. So we are basically 3,000 pounds. No, I'm doing good, thanks. Oh, you're just doing it solo. Oh. Yeah, it is an amazing route, and it was a lot of fun to do. So I'm going to give 2,500 pounds of cargo in the front, and it's 26, and it wants 27.8. Then we'll go 2,000 pounds of cargo in the back, 27, another 500. So we'll go 2,500 in the back, and that gives us our set there. So we're at 82%. That is looking good. So that's our passengers and fuel setup, and we can commence boarding. So the APU is now up and running. Turn the APU generators on. APU bleed will come on. Packs will come on. And the isolation valve is open. So we're going to come down here, continue setting up our FMC. So today is the 28th. We will take the left GPS and insert it in. That is good. And we will get our route. So our route today is kind of the reverse of what we did the other day. So we'll be flying from Phoenix to Denver. We're going to request our flight plan. Phoenix to Denver, 527 miles. We'll select it, have them send it. So Scott's joining us, Brian's joining us, and looks like we got one more coming in. Kevin, I don't know if that's you. United 604. And we'll load the flight plan in. And activate and execute. Call sign today is, our flight number is CET002. We'll come over to our departure. Hi, Brian. So we have a pre-departure clearance from Phoenix. We are going to be going off on what runway are we using? 07 left, according to the ATIS. Let me just check that's still the same. 07 left on the ATIS. So we're departing Phoenix on 07 left, and we're using the Mr. Bill 1 departure. And we're going to Yoke as our transition point. So we will execute that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. We got another 737 going to Denver, so I don't know who it is. Let's go back to the index. We'll go to our arrival. The arrival I'm planning on, as there is currently, let me just check, no ATC at Denver, and the winds are out of the east. Fairly significant, and in weather as well. So I'm planning the arrival for the ILS 08. And I'm looking at doing the T-bar 3 arrival for 08. We are going to be going, or transitioning in on where are we transitioning? SHNPS is that point. Transitioning there, that's fine. And then we'll be coming in for 07 or 08, sorry. We'll execute that. And we're going to come up here and check our plan. So the departure looks good. heading up. There's the arrival, and then vectors to lips at 10,000 feet. I will leave that as vectors at the moment, and then we come in for the ILS. And it gives that straight line off that point. So we'll vector ourselves up and then down, and then we'll land. So that is looking good. Unless ATC comes online and that changes. So as I mentioned, we have our pre-departure clearance. So we are good there. And we are cleared to do our thing all the way up to taxi, and then we'll contact for taxi. So 122.8, and the ground frequency for the tower is 120,900. That is set there. All right. So that's the FMC set, except for our performance stuff, which we will get to. Transponder code is going to be 0764. That is set. And fueling is done. Loading is
Radio
done.
check.
And we are just doing our boarding. Loud and clear. So we're going to be departing via the SID. So all the restrictions will be in place. So we're going to enter our flight level of 37,000 feet. Runway heading is 078. And we're just loading it. Oh, there's the Wiz, and there's the Delta. We're all here in the same place. Very good. Alright, now that the gears are all aligned, we can do our safety checks. So there's the Mach speed warnings. Captain stall. First officer stall. System in-op. That's good. Fire test. Alright, and we can do our systems test.
Glide slow. Pull up.
Yeah, Brian, I went to the same
Wind
spot
shear.
as well.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Airspeed low. Airspeed low.
Alright. Once all those tests are done, so our departure, we're going to take off. We'll be making a left-hand turn, and then we're going to head up over the mountains, kind of out the same route we more or less came in on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bins and your small items are underneath the seat in front of you. If you have any trouble or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know, and we would be happy to help you. After you put your carry-on items in the overhead bin and it is full, make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers.
Alright, we do have all our information,
Also, be
so
sure
we
that the
might as
aisle
well
is
do
clear and
our...
sit down so that way other passengers can get by you. If you are seated in an emergency exit row,
calculations
please review
here.
the exit seating responsibilities in the
Gross
safety
weight
chart provided for you.
is
Please ensure that you are able and
127.8.
willing to perform these actions. If you're not, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. You are free to use your portable electronic
Planned
devices
fuel
during the boarding
is
process. We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once you depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard.
13.6. Our reserves for today's flight is 2,000 or 2 tons. Cost index for the airline is 25. Cruise level today, as mentioned, is going to be 370. Winds at cruise are going to be 239 47. Transition altitude of 18,000 is good. So enter that and set up the aircraft for that. And then we can do our performance. So take off out of KPHX on runway 07 left. Bring in the weather. And 2987 is the current barrel. Set that in there now. And weight. So 27862 in kilograms is 57997. And we will do our calculation. Alright, cell temperature is blank. It wants us to do a TO2 D rate. And our takeoff, we will get the winds first. Our 120 at 6. Runway winds. I'll come back over. It's going to be a flaps 1 departure. Center of gravity is set. 2,200 feet remaining. And that gives us a V1 of 127, a VR 130, and a V2 of 136. And we'll add 20, so it's an initial climb of 156. And that is set. So now we're just waiting on the boarding. System checks are done. Takeoff data is set. And we can go up to our panel. Cruise altitude 3,000 or 3,700. 37,000. Landing elevation at Denver is, again, it's Mile High Airport. Elevation is 5,450 feet. 5,450 is set. MCP is all set. Departures briefed. Flight directors can now come on. Radio frequencies are set. Just waiting on the boarding. So we're clear to taxi, or we're clear to push and start. And then it wants appropriate controller with current ATIS for taxi. That is fine. So it looks like we're going to push back. In here, and then we're going to be taxiing down to 07 left. You can see that aircraft over there. That's where we're headed. We're just going to do something like that for our push. And we're not really on a schedule here. As soon as we're ready to go. There's that aircraft departing. Looks like a UPS. So we got to push over there as well. As soon as Brian taxis out, we'll be able to push back. Of course, once our boarding is done as well. We're getting close. Just a few more to go. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maybe left to go. As mentioned, it is a full flight. Looks like about 3 more.
We are ready to go when you are.
All right. That is everybody on board. All 128 passengers are in, and we're set to go. So, I'm going to close the doors. Get the ground power disconnected.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen,
Chocks
and welcome
removed.
aboard Flight 02 with service to Denver. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 14 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make
Cockpit
sure
to
that all
ground.
devices
Go
are
ahead,
in
flight
airplane
tech.
mode and
We
your
will be
large
ready
devices
shortly.
are now shut down
Roger.
and stowed. If you have not already,
So doors are
please
closed,
fasten
ground
your
equipment is
seatbelt.
clear,
Verify
tugs on
info
its
and
way in,
head
chocks have been
left.
removed, we have push and
Back
start
must be in the full
clearance.
upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew secure doors for departure.
Anti-collision light is now on, we are clear on both sides. Tow is on the way, I am going 10 terrain and traffic. You are going centered 20. And we are good for push.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
No fuel in the center tanks. Fuel pumps are
Parking
both
brakes released.
on.
Pushing back.
Packs are going off for engine start. Mode selector is set to both.
You are clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion.
Starting engine 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the front of the aircraft for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is on, please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another. Tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap.
Adding
Release your
fuel.
seatbelt. Aircraft, please refer to the safety card in the seat back pocket in front of you. In some cases, your nearest exit might be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor to guide you
Pushback
quickly.
complete. Set parking
In the
brakes,
event
please.
of a decompression, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you.
Parking brakes
Place
are
it firmly
set.
over your nose and mouth, secure the elastic band behind your head, tighten the straps if necessary, and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask.
Parking brakes set.
You are traveling
Roger.
with a child
Okay,
with
the tow
someone who
bar is
requires
disconnected
assistance.
and the
Turn
equipment
your
is
mask
clear.
on first and then
Thanks, and you can
cover.
disconnect and go to hand
Keep your mask
signals.
on until a
Thanks.
member
Have a
of the
good
crew
flight.
advises
See you later.
to stay to
Starting
remain.
engine number 1.
In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Slip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the
Southwest
straps
going by.
To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If it doesn't inflate automatically, you may blow into the mouthpiece for manual inflation. This vest is equipped with a whistle and a light. If you need to, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Please make sure to exit the aircraft as soon as possible and leave your belongings. Please securely stow all personal...
Quite the lineup of
All
aircraft
in a
heading
full
out.
upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight, and that includes vaping. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is strictly prohibited by law.
And good start
All
on
this
engine number
information and
1.
more
So
can be found in the
generators
safety
1
card
and
located
2
in the
coming
seat back in
online.
front of you.
Engine 1 and 2
Please
start
just reading
switches
this and
to
letting the cabin
continuous.
member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying
Probe
with us
heats
again, and we
are
hope
now
you
on.
enjoy the flight.
NTS not required. Engine 1 and 2 bleeds coming online. Packs are coming on. Recirc fan is to auto. Isolation valve to auto. APU bleeds are off. APU is off. Flaps 1. Trim is 5.2. There we go. 5.2 is set. Flight controls over the systems. Full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, left rudder, right rudder, neutral. All good. Engine instruments are checked and all good there. LNAV, VNAV, level change, and heading select are armed. Auto throttles on. Warning recall is clear. Taxi light is on. Auto brake set to projected takeoff. And over to 122.9 and
You had a 255 Phoenix Tower, go to 3 back.
Romeo. Phoenix Tower, Skyhawk
Ready to
002,
go.
Concourse N1, ready for taxi.
Skyhawk 002 Phoenix Tower. Hello, runway 7 left, taxi via Sierra Delta.
7 left via Sierra Delta, Skyhawk 002.
Okay, this is United 255 cleared to Los Angeles via the Keynes 2 departure,
Brakes
transition
off.
into Missy. and squawk 0745 and climb by the seat for United Airlines
Look at those
255.
clouds and that sun.
United 255, readback is correct. Call me for pushback. Information Papa's correction. Information Romeo is current.
I'm not sure why I'm not moving yet. There we go. Oh, we're pretty heavy. She needed a bit of a push there.
Big Tower, United Airlines 257, Mike check.
United 257, Phoenix Tower, 5x5.
505, sir.
Alright, around to Sierra. Clear. And we're going down to Delta. Not sure why we got funky hanging lights here, but that's fine. Bit of a bump here. So this is default scenery, so it's kind of interesting. Big bump here.
Wiz 9034, only 7 left, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff with 9034.
Here's Delta. Scott getting his takeoff clearance. Not very smooth down here on the taxiways around some of these terminal buildings here at Phoenix. I think we got the Southwest after him. We're going to take it right down to Delta 1.
TWA 144, only 7 left, line of weight.
Line of weight, 144.
There he goes. Purple airplane heading off into the purple clouds.
Phoenix Tower, this is Wiz 9034, up there in the runway.
Wiz 9034, roger, no further ATC services available for change crew, we'll see you.
Affirmative, crew, Wiz 903, only shoot unit count.
TWA 144, only 7 left, clear for takeoff.
TWA
7 left, clear for takeoff.
Trans-World Airlines.
Southwest 4094, only 7 left, line of weight.
Lighting up, Southwest 494.
Beautiful evening flight. Of course, the days are getting longer, 2 minutes every day as we head towards summertime.
TWA 144, unfortunately no further ATC services available. Thanks for flying with us. We'll see you next time for exchange proof.
Over to Unit Clown, TWA 144.
Southwest 4094, only 7 left, clear for takeoff.
Yeah,
Takeoff only 7 left, so
you'd think so. Alright, so we are here. So transponder is on. Weather radar is in op. It's fine. Landing lights are on. Turn off lights are on. EPU is on.
Skyhawk 002, runway 7 left, line up and wait.
07 left, line up and wait. Skyhawk 002. But remember, 40% maximum for takeoff. Or for taxi. Need it because we're nice and heavy. So the aircraft heading out on the TCAS.
Southwest 4094, no further ATCs available for exchange approved till stands.
Go on Unicom, make it to ATC. Southwest 4094.
Skyhawk 002, runway 7 left, clear for takeoff.
07 left, clear for takeoff. Skyhawk 002. Alright, we are set. So lights are on. That's all good. We're going to kill that light.
This is United Airlines 255, ready for assistance. Ready for pushing start.
Engines 240%.
United 255, Phoenix Tower, squawk mode, Charlie.
Engine stable, brakes released. Toga.
Squawking mode Charlie for United 255.
United 255, push on the taxiway, Charlie's approved, tail to the east.
Airspeed live.
80 knots.
Checked.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive reincline.
Gear up. Speed brake disarmed.
Skyhawk 002, no further ATC services available for exchange approved. We'll see you.
122.8 for Skyhawk 002. Good night. Alright, we are tracking. We are VNAV, speed, LNAV, and N1.
Phoenix traffic, Delta 33, ILS runway 08.
Positive rate. Gear is up. Autopilot is engaged. Auto brakes are off. Gear lever is off. Engine start switches are off. Runway turn off lights are off. Taxi light is off. Speed check flaps up. Cabin is pressurizing properly. Accelerating to 250 knots. We have a restriction of 9,000 feet at Goalie. And then after that, we're clear decline. And goodbye, Phoenix. Should be able to get some outside view of Phoenix here. There we go. Yeah, well. There's the lights of the aircraft down there. Setting sun, orange light on the horizon. You can see in the FMC it's got a, well, if we come down over here, let me bring up the FMC for Roger. It's got a 9,000 foot below, and you can see here it's shown in the climb mode. It says at goalie 9,000 below. There's the deceleration. We're going to level off. So we're below 9,000 at goalie. And we got the other traffic off to our side here. Beautiful night for flying. Although the weather up in Denver is not looking too good. Current Denver weather still has rain and low cloud. So that'll be interesting. So we're on the restriction at the moment, as we were directed to fly the SID. There's the airport. Just waiting to hit goalie there, 1.3 miles. Now we can start climbing out again. Get ourselves up over the mountains. There we go, we've made the turn. The engines are throttling up and we're starting to climb again. So we're cleared through transition, so we're just going to go over to standard pressure now. And there's 10,000 feet. Landing lights will come off. Cabin is pressurizing properly, and the seatbelt signs will go off as well. Yeah, just the three of us tonight. You, Scott, and myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder,
I think Kevin's just along for the ride.
While you are seated, and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatories. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you will be required to pay a small fee. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi to find out more information.
Turn on that dome light, get a little bit more light in the office here.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin.
Yeah, pretty much.
However,
I think the
we
winds
ask
are
that
pretty
you use
standard
seatbelt
down here, except for the odd, bizarre storm that comes through. You get a lot of winds, western winds coming off the Pacific. Right, you get them swirling around the mountains, and on the other side you can get some easterly winds and bad storms, low pressures, you know, as it cycles around and stuff. mean, I don't know why you're not. It's not like you've got school. I mean, you're off for a bit, so you can sleep in the morning. You young university guys are supposed to be able to go all night. Yeah, Kevin's in Ireland. So it's coming up for about 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh yeah, positive rate tomorrow. You guys are doing the Beavers tomorrow, I think, aren't you? I was gonna join in, but I gotta go downtown Toronto, so I'm not gonna be around for that one. Unfortunately. A lot of traffic around the Colorado, Utah area. Colorado. Traffic in and out of Denver. Well, I guess that's why it's a hub. So current weather at Denver. 100 at 10 knots, 7 miles visibility, light rain, few clouds at 200 feet, overcast at 2,800 feet, or sorry, 2,000 feet, overcast at 2,800 feet, 3 degrees, 2 dew points, so yeah, clouds are pretty close to the surface. So I'm going to be sticking with runway 08 on my arrival. And let's see how that's looking. Yeah. Should be good. I'm going to go down to the Doomahickey as we climb up, and I'm going to take out the vectors because I think Summit to Lips is pretty much a straight northwards shot. So if we do that, that should help reset everything. And then for the arrival on the ILS, it's 10,000 at above 10,000 at Lips. No, it's 10,000 at Lips. It's a hard 10,000, and then 7,000 at owner, and then that's the ILS after that. So that would work. I think I'm seeing, yeah, there's aircraft there. That is Scott ahead of me. Flashing in and out as we're climbing up. Somewhere up there. Alright, there's 29,000 feet. I'm going to go off mic for a little bit. Give you a touch of entertainment, and I'm going to go back, visit the galley, and do all that stuff. So we'll see you for the approach briefing.
father and mother and sister and brother, oh, everyone's there. The world's at the fair. From France to Australia, from Maine to Westphalia, oh, everyone's there. You're sure to meet Tom, Dick, and Harry, and maybe the one you'll eventually marry. If you should be there, you'll never regret it, and never forget it, for the whole world has the fair.
Won't be long now, Elmer. No.
Whoa, dog biscuit. Free parking. Come on, Miranda.
All right, Elmer.
I never seen the like.
Never did.
Well, look at there. Wonderful. What's this? Oh. Wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Must be homes built by the weight. Wonderful. Oh, look at there, Miranda.
Oh, ain't that wonderful?
Nope. Gosh, I'm kind of thirsty. How about you?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Well.
look at that. Oh. Well, I never. Fresh, too. Well. Think I'll tidy up a bit.
Uh-huh. See you later, Elmer.
All right, Miranda. Well, what in tarnation? Hey! Look out there, what you doing? Yeah, oh. Oh. Thanks. Coleman kind of cheeky with you. Oh. Some service. Yep. Oh. There you are.
Huh?
Come on. Learn to dance again. This is fun.
Guess I'll learn how to dance too. Come on, big ballhead. Swing it.
23 ski-doo. Yes, sirree, Bob.
In a few moments, our lovely flight attendants will be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Evening drinks are available for a small charge. Please note, we only accept credit cards.
Swing your partner. To and fro, route you go. Well, what's this? Oh. Look what I got, Randy. New gas bucket. Get in, Randy.
Let's go, Elmer.
Come on, dog biscuit, we're off. look. Even for the children.
Oh, yeah, it's easy, all right. Well, I'll take Manila.
Well, I'll take your skate. Hey, Olive, come on back. Now, don't run out on me. I know you're a good skate. Now, come on, let's go in. We wants to rent some skates. What size? What size? Anybody knows that. That's crazy. I knew that. Ooh, boy. A flip bougie.
I take a 3.5, but an 8 feels so good.
I better get 12, so. Make a fist. She's got a hand like a 1.5 feet. There we are.
How do you play this game?
Oh, it's just like London Bridge falling down.
Can I count 10?
Oh, we ain't out on the floor yet, huh?
Oh, I think I was...
Oh, oh. Hey, take it easy, Ella.
Hold on to me, Papa, because...
Yo, Now, take it easy, Ella.
I know I will.
Now, you stand right here, and I'll show you the first thing to do. Here we go. There we are.
Letting me go! Popeye, I just look at me. I gotta get out of this. I wanna go home. I can't.
Olive, you started out on the wrong feet, that's all. You don't like it after you learn how. Look at all them other people having fun. Follow me, I'll show you. Hey, somebody point out the light. Hey, wait, I can't see where you're going, Olive. That's pretty good, Olive, but you gotta keep it up. Now watch me. Here we go. The three-wheeling, Olive. Now you try it.
Oh, me? Here goes.
Trying to land down on the job here, Olive. All right, here we go. I think you better lift your feet, Olive. A little higher, Olive. Everything's under control, Olive. I got you covered. I got you. Hey, Olive, I ain't through teaching you yet. Hey. Whatever she went right over there. Wow. Hey, Olive, look out, Olive. Hey, Olive, where are you? What happened? I thought... Are you Hoyt?
Let's do it again. My heart's palpitating whenever I'm skating with Popeye the Sailor Man.
There are some people who believe in ghosts, and there are some people who don't. If you're the believe in ghosts kind, then this story is about one. And if you're the don't believe in ghosts kind, well, just for fun, this story is about one anyway. His name was Casper, and he was surely the most unusual ghost there ever was, or wasn't, depending on how you feel about it. Every night, stroke of 12, his brothers and sisters scampered out joyously to frighten the folk of the neighborhood. Not Casper. He'd rather stay home and not frighten people, which goes to show how unusual he really was.
Wake up, Casper! Time to scare people!
Casper just doesn't like to scare people. Guess it sounds sort of silly, but well, he'd just rather make friends with them. For ages, and Casper just couldn't stand it any longer. So, Casper decided to leave home to seek new environments where he might forget he's a ghost and make friends with the world.
Good morning, friends.
to the flight deck. So we're pretty well set for our descent. We've got our weather. Looks like we got wind 090 at 12, 9 miles visibility, light rain, broken clouds at 1400, overcast at 2000, so it's going to be a good ILS approach and landing. Our rally data is in and set. We've 40-degree flaps and a VREF of 127, V approach of 132. Landing altitude is set, so set 5450. Localizer ILS frequencies are set. We've got the ILS in nav 1. Nav 2, we've got the FQF VOR on a 38-degree radial, which is part of the missed approach that we're going to need in case we have to deal with that. Engine anti-ice, we'll wait until we get some warnings. We're starting to see a little bit of cloud out there, but other than that, it's pretty clear as we fly over the mountains here. Not too bad. Warning recall is checked. 3.5 miles from the top of descent. MCP is set up. Altitude 7,000 feet, which is our intercept altitude, is set. Altimeter 2953, pretty low pressure out there, so we'll set that up and get it ready to switch over. 2953 is set. Minimums for the approach, the ILS, full ILS, half mile visibility required. We should be good, and we're heading down now. Minimums are going to be 5,554 feet or 200 feet, and I'm going to cheat, go over to the radio altimeter and set 200 feet. I'm not going to dial 5,000 feet in on the barrel side. Approach is pretty well set. We're going to be flying up and making a right-hand turn for the intercept onto the ILS and missed approach. Climb to 10,000 feet on a heading of 083, outbound on the FQF VOR radial 038 to the wind T intersection or 28.1 miles from FQF and hold, or as directed by ATC. So we should be pretty good there. Auto brakes, we're going to set for 2. And we are in the descent. Denver area traffic, Skyhawk 002 descending through flight level 326 on the T-bar 3 arrival for the ILS runway 08 Denver. Looks like there's an American Airlines, and then it'll be Brian. We got a Southwest coming in as well. And probably going to be Scott after that, and then myself. Some lights out there. Not looking too bad. Not a lot to see out the windows. We're getting some cloud now. A little bit of bouncing on the wings there. So a T-bar, we have to be between flight level 220 and 200. You hear a racket. Picking up the FQF VOR. And the ILS of 108.9 is dialed in at 083 degrees. Going back to the other day. Oh. So everything is looking good. There's the FQF VOR. See, we're going to come out of the mountains here and get down into that flat area where Denver is. At MNARC, we've got a speed restriction, 250 knots. It's through 25,000 feet, so we're going to turn the seatbelt signs on in the back just to give the cabin crew the chance to get everything cleaned up and ready for landing. 20,000 feet.
The seatbelt sign is now on.
20,000 feet, we will turn off the dome lights. I think that's Denver. The lights are over there. Kind of hard to see at the moment. 3.5 miles out from T-Bar, we're passing through 22,300. So no issue with those restrictions. Oki, just so you know, I am following the SID, or the STAR, so I will be hitting those restrictions as we fly in, the speed restrictions, which is really only one. It's 250 knots at MNARC, and then we have to be at 14,000 feet at Summit, and then we will be doing our own self-direct for the ILS approach. So speed coming back to 250 now. It doesn't get confusing, Scott. You're gonna hear things going on where that I'm creating. The American Airlines is in. Brian seems to be on final. Southwest is down there as well. Alright, we're through 20,000 feet. Kill the dome. Dial down these as well. I just want one click on them. There we are. And there's 18,000 feet over to our pressure there.
We have begun our final descent into Denver. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
You're going on 3-4 right? Okay. Oh, yeah, I can see you heading off that way. There's the town. We got a slight turn going here. You can see it popping in and out of the clouds there. So destination weather is done, arrival letters done, landing altitude is set, radios are set, localizer ILS frequency is done, NTS is done, warning recall is checked, MCP is checked, altimeters are set, minimums are set, best approach and briefing is set, auto brake is set as required, altimeters are on local pressure, cabin pressure is good, and it's seatbelt signs are on, landing lights and stuff at, we'll go landing lights at 14,000 because of the higher elevation. Yeah, those alarms, I'm sure they were causing havoc at some point. Alright, so, well, we're through 16,000 feet. I'm going to turn the lights on. We're 10,000 feet above the ground now. Engines to continuous. Logo light is on. There we are, coming out of the mountains here. See it all there, and there's the clouds coming in. I'm going to turn on the anti-ice just in case. Quickly remember where it is. There we are. Because there is precipitation in the area. We are heading into clouds and the temperature is -1.
Denver traffic is Southwest 439, 5 leaps, expect LS runway T.
Echo Delta Lima, November Zulu Mike, Denver.
Denver traffic, Southwest 3375, laying up runway E behind the arriving Delta.
Southwest 439, fly heading leaps, expect runway 08, report established.
Alright.
Denver traffic, this is Wiz 9034 on the T-Bar 3 approach at flight level at 10,000.
Yeah, it was Kevin. Alright, speed coming back to 220 knots. We gotta be 210 shortly. So we're below 250 knots, so we go flaps 5. There's flaps 1. Flaps 2.
Denver traffic, runway 08 vacated, that's Romeo 4. Denver traffic, Southwest 3375, departing runway 8 on the Connor 7, Denver.
Southwest
Denver
is
traffic,
turning
Southwest
final.
439, final approach runway 08.
Northwest Airlines is departing out. We have Brian on the ground. Should soon see the Southwest guys leaving. Looking good. On our way down to 10,000 feet. Speed down to 220. There's the cloud layer. Be nice if we had weather radar. And speed coming back to 200 knots.
Denver traffic with 9024. We are lined up on.
So that's through 210. I can hear myself in the background when Scott's talking. Flaps 10. And localizer is being picked up. So VOR localizer is armed. And we're into the clouds, coming back to speed of 180 knots. Clouds flashing in the lights there.
Denver traffic Southwest 439, short final runway 08.
10,000 feet. Should start to make the turn onto the localizer. Should be descending down to 7,000 feet. There's the turn. And glide slope is showing. Approach mode is active. Localizer captured, glide slope captured. We are 14 miles out. Let's get us around the corner here. There we go. Denver area traffic, Skyhawk 002 established, ILS 08, 12 miles, Denver. Alright, now of course frequency is checked, speeds are within limits, speed brake is armed. Approach mode is active, glide slope is active. We're not going to go gear down yet until we're 8 miles out. There's 9 miles, speed coming back to 165. Flaps 15.
Denver traffic,
8
southwest.
miles, gear down.
Go. Denver traffic, southwest 687, lining up, runway 8, Denver.
Southwest 43090, runway 08 vacated.
I don't know what that constant horn is. Gears down. There we go.
The Cessna that was on final for 08. How far out are you right now, sir?
6.5 miles.
Roger that. Southwest 687 will advise vacated.
Alright, speed coming down to V approach 132. Speed is below 160. Flaps 30. Starting to see the runway in front.
Denver traffic, southwest 687, departing runway.
And
departing runway 8.
flaps
We are
full.
on the Zimmer 3 departure, Denver.
Gear down, 3 green, flaps full, lights on, cabin notified. No cautions. Denver area traffic, Skyhawk 002, ILS 08, 3.5 miles out. Got water on the windshield. 1,000 to go. Runway looks clear.
Denver traffic, southwest 687 has vacated runway 8, Denver.
Somebody's off. It's not vacating the runway, that's actually departing. Use your terminology. Autopilot off. I have control. Winds are fairly strong. They're straight ahead. A little high.
300. Approaching minimums.
Auto throttle's off.
Minimums.
Landing.
$100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Reverser's on. I'm going to get off at Romeo 4 up ahead here. 60 knots. Auto brake station engaged.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Denver. The local time is 6:56 p.m. and it's currently about 37 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the
Denver area traffic,
Items may have been
Skyhawk
seated in the front.
002, clear 08 at Romeo 4. Looks like we got a little bit of snow coming down as well. Flaps up.
Denver traffic, UPS 1739, taxi runway 8 via 0 Charlie Mike. Denver traffic.
I'll get back to the lights here. Those off, those off. APU up and going. So he's coming down Mike. So we're going to taxi Mike Lima. And looks like I can see Oki's lights there as he's coming in. Denver traffic, Skyhawk 002 taxiing to Concourse Bravo via Romeo Mike Lima and onto the apron. Denver. Definitely got a little bit of snow coming down. Oki. Is. So we're going to want to be taxiing down Lima. We're going to have to do a little jog onto Mike and then over to Lima.
Yeah, 233 heavy, taxiing via Bravo November, Mike, runway 08, Denver traffic, please be advised.
Well, if we were flying out of here, we'd have to definitely go for de-icing. For the other traffic, going to be coming up on Mike. I think that's him over there. the second one, and then we're going to scoot over to Lima. Go. There's Lima. This is cargo operations here. Some other aircraft moving around. There's the Southwest aircraft coming up. That's 17 right. Those are the landing lights, or the Rabbit for that one. Let's get the APU bleed air going.
Denver traffic, United 507, taxiing, holding point runway 34 left via Bravo Sierra, Foxtrot and Whiskey Alpha.
Maybe that's a maintenance facility there. The United. Another one coming up as well. UPS. There's the terminals. Yeah, you don't know where they are. They could be in the States, though. Alright, so we're going by the first building. We're going to come in here at the second one. So we're going to come in down here on 5 Echo.
Denver traffic, Southwest 500, com check.
5x5. United 604, what are your plans? We're going to go to give way to you, United 604. We're currently on mic. Going to be departing runway 08, Denver traffic.
That's you they're talking to, Oki. Alright, we're going to go up here.
Yeah, it's 233, continuing taxiing on mic, runway 08.
Denver traffic, Southwest 500, departing runway 25 for the code 6 departure, Denver traffic.
25? You're taking off with like a 9-knot tailwind.
Yeah, 233 heavy tech, taking off runway 08. We have the Coors 6 departure. Denver traffic, please be advised.
Alright, so we're going to come down here. We'll make the jog to the left here onto the green line, as it's called.
UPS 17, 1739 will hold shuttle 8 last, or 8.
And we'll park over here by, I guess it's Brian in the Delta. And it looks like a different Wiz livery, but that must be Scott beside him. No, that's the same Wiz livery. For some reason I thought it was all pinks and blues. Alright, welcome to Denver. One of these big airports with the long taxis. Let's get up here and kill the taxi light.
Denver traffic, UPS 1739, line up, waiting on runway 8, Denver.
Kind of overcooked it on the corner. There we are. Welcome to Denver. Alright, let's get some lights on. Get down here, get the chocks in place. GPU going, we'll get the jetway coming out. APU is up and running. The engines are coming off. Ground power is now available. Ground power is on.
United 233 directing ITAL, Denver traffic, please advise.
APU will come off. Engine 1 and 2 bleeds are off. Leave the packs on, recirc fan on. Isolation valve goes to open. Fuel pumps are all off. And flight directors off. Quickly come down. That's not what I want.
And Denver Tower, UPS 1739, departure runway 8 on the and to departure. Denver.
We're going to start our unloading. Everything's here and everything is starting to show up. And we're going to start unloading. Guys, thank you very much for flying. What scenery? This is... I'll have to look it up. I'm not sure. It is payware, though. Is it... I don't know if it's Orbex or off the INI installer, one of those guys. Not exactly sure. But, since it is a hub, I've got all three of the hubs.
United 547.
So we're all set. Thanks for flying with us, guys, and for those of you watching, thank you very much. If you want to fly along, you can. Our Discord links are in the description. You're more than welcome to join us there and join us on the flights. Take care, everybody. We'll see you for the next flights on Friday. Bye for now.